Hello and welcome to another edition of the Narrative Off the Cuff with Elite News and Darryl Blair. I transpose those a time or two. I wanted to remind you this week that what you're seeing on TV, you got the Democratic National Convention and all of the speeches, and everybody's putting forth what they're going to do in their personal experiences. I want to remind you that Trump has just gone too far, but don't get emotional. It's not about the emotions of it. Get into the issues of it. You have to be issue-based when you go and you start voting. You can't vote with your anger and your frustration. Yes, you can, but also be informed, be knowledgeable that you're voting something in, you're voting something out with a return on what you're putting in, that you're exacting something from it. That's one of the things I want you to be greatly concerned about and be very attentive to as you go in the voter's box and as you process this thing up until November. Furthermore, another point I want to make is Black Lives Matter. Where are the issues and economics of Black Lives Matter? After the uprising and the social part of it, they've gotten the attention. They're at the table. There are things being put on the table, and there are things that are being presented. And so what I'm saying to you is we need to get out of the emotions of this part. We got the social part. Now we need to get into the economics of it. We need to get into the economic gain. We've used the social to get to this platform. Now it's about economic gain. It's about an economic stakeholder. Sweat equity in, profitability progress out. That's what we desire. The same thing they want anywhere else in any other country. That is very important. That's imperative. Yes, it is. And then while we're talking about voting, putting something in, sweat equity and things of that nature, all of these candidates who are running for office, do you really know what they stand for? What they stand on? If you do they know what you want, what you desire, what your needs are? That's what you better be concerned about. There needs to be a listening tour with each and every candidate, from dog catcher to president, understanding what the concerns and issues are with regards to the constituents. Far too long, we just let them come out and present things to us, and we don't feed back in to what we need to exact out of it as voters. Other than that, we're rubber stamps for whatever they want to do. They have to go to work on your issues, or else they will constantly stymie at a point of saying, I can't work with others. Well, if you can't work with others and bring our issues to fruition, then you don't need to be there. That's one. Every elected official needs to talk about economic development in their communities as it relates to a tax base and anything else. A civic-minded, tax-paying citizen needs to have representation with economic development, whether it comes to them directly in their hands or they can see it within their community in their services and things of that nature. Know that. That is book. Wow. I hate to say I told you so, but yeah, I told you so. Renee Hall is in over her head. I'm not mad at her for getting the position. I'm simply upset or bothered as a taxpaying citizen that she has not come up to the bar. She has not come to the bar where she needs to be. Remember I told you about them boxing those people in on that bridge with a peaceful protest? Now it's coming back to root on her. The city council and everybody has given a bad report. And then the bottom line on it, she knew nothing that was going on and she didn't consult with anybody. I told you this. Now it comes out. It's high time that we have somebody in that position who's responsible. Here we are in a city which should be a black paradise if you want to segregate it. And here she is, the head broom watcher, and she takes this position and then tries to run from the responsibility of it. Those people knew what was going on. All the administrators in the city, election officials said that, hey, nobody knew what was going on. Keystone Cops. It's time that she goes. The mayor, you'll get your wish. She needs to go. TC, she got to go. Start sending the search party out. Find a better person to sit in that position because she's not capable. She's got bad advice around her. You know what they say about a computer? Bad information in, bad information out. Same thing with a police chief. That department is in peril. It has come to a head. There is a total disconnect. She runs as an island. She's an island, beating her chest, nothing to beat about. That is really, really bad. This week's list is rather short. I want to lean back in one more time this week. You can say what you will to me. Darryl Blair, quit beating up on a sister. I don't beat up on a sister. I beat up on anybody because I'll get beat up on. But I want to let you know that with regards to elected officials, do your job. Be diligent. Have sweat equity. And first and foremost, have character and candor. That's all you have to do. Don't be a person who says one thing in front of the camera or in public and do something totally different in private. That's what you got with your police chief, and that's what you got with your representative out there in 113, Retta Bowers. It's bad. Call me if you want to. I'm not going to back up. Which brings me to this point. I want you to go and take a good, strong look. Put party aside. Let's talk about issues, economic development, economic growth, with regards to a return on taxpayer investment, that community out there needs to continue to grow. Will Douglas. Elite News endorsed. Know that. Call me if you got a problem with it, and I'll explain to you how good he is and what I've understood, and what I understand, and what I understand is going to take place with his being in that position at the State House for District 113. The day is behind us. It's over. It's in the books. The 20th annual William and Jordan Blair Memorial Golf Classic was a great success. 118 golfers, give or take a few. I'm telling you, 8 teams in the playoff, only 1 prevails. Third place team, the Goodacre team. They were the champions from last year. He can take that ring and put it on the bookshelf and just talk about it until he gets a chance to come back and try to fight for it next year. Second place team, none other than the Bougie Pro Duffers, which I play with every Thursday. I'm so grateful for that. The Pro Duffers did a tremendous job of getting out there and banging it up with those guys. Kurt Jackson, Welby Ina, David Hightower. Those guys Thomas Sweeney did a tremendous job of battling down the line. But the winners prevailed, them good old boys out of Kaufman, the Kaufman County boys. Matt Morris and Greg Morris and Garrett Brown, those guys, they did a tremendous job. They won first place, they got a ring, they got a TV, and they're able to celebrate. Look at the Elite News and see who the winners were. But I really want to talk about the first place winners in the women's division. That was the girls from the West. They were from Fort Worth. 4 beautiful women who came out and played a good game. And no matter what their score was, they were going to win anyway because there was only women's team in there, unfortunately, but fortunately. And it starts something. It breaks the mold, and we're going to move forward. Thank Brian Eberstein for sponsoring the team with the women from the West. As I come to a close, I want you to be ever reminded of things that take place in our community. While we're in COVID times, people are making adjustments with regards to how we're entertained and how we interact. And I want to applaud ALW and Al Wash over there for a tremendous show that they have coming up November the 21st out there at Lone Star Park, where you drive your car and you can get out. They got it situated where your car is parked one spot, another car is parked here, and it goes back and forth. But you can get out your car and you can celebrate with this concert outdoors live. Man, I couldn't imagine. It's almost like going to the drive-in. You know how you put 4 in the trunk, and then everybody, once they get in, everybody get out and get up on the hood and on top of the car. That's what they're going to do. Going to bring their lawn chairs and sit next to their car and jam to the music. You know, you got Vivian Green, Alex Bouillon, Marion Meadows. You got a list of them who are going to go. It's live entertainment out there at Lone Star Park. Thank you, ALW, for giving us a release and an outlet. That's a wonderful thing. I mean, I play golf, but a concert, oh man, it makes it all the better. It really does. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our sponsors yet again. I want to say thank you to 1-800 Old School Lawyer Brian Everstein, and now Everstein and Herbert Law Firm. We want to continue to issue prayers to him. You got his phone number, dial that 1-800 number. He'll answer the phone, and you can tell him that you're wishing him well and Godspeed to his speedy recovery. Thank you. Thank you, Sherman Roberts over at Citywide Development Corporation. Thank you for putting a bright light over the Oak Cliff area, especially that Lancaster corridor. I also want to thank Teresa Hawthorne, the attorney. She's done a good job of supporting us and being a sponsor. I want to thank her. And then these two people again. I want to thank Richard Shaw, and I want to let you know that he's Elite News endorsed. Support him out there in Duncanville for the ISD, for the school board position. He's doing a good job. He's campaigning real well, and he's taking people's views, understanding what their thoughts are with Duncanville and how he can better facilitate good relationships with parents in the school system for children. Yes. And then, again, Elite News endorses Will Douglas for State House 113 out there in Rowlett, Garland. We want to support him, and we want to tell you Godspeed to your election, that you'll get in there, you keep pounding the pavement, and you keep listening to the concerns of your citizens and constituents out there. And until next time, you know what I want you to do. Get it on your mind. God bless and God keep is my prayer.